We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here.
Hola, soy Hanna de la Madrid y te invito a que todos los jueves en punto de la 1 de la tarde nos acompañes en el programa Psycho Mom. Estaremos hablando de temas de actualidad y los retos que enfrentamos las mujeres en nuestro día a día. ¿Por dónde? En ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Inicia tus mañanas con buena actitud, bien informado en temas de actualidad, salud, noticias, entretenimiento y todo lo que quieres saber respecto a tu día a día.
El café de las 10, de lunes a viernes a las 10 de la mañana.
¡No se lo pierdan! ¡Véanlo, perros!
Que no puedes decir perros al aire.
Ay, sí lo he dicho al aire. Además, tú ni viniste a la fiesta de fin de año, güey.
ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Amigos, queremos invitarlos
a que no se pierdan La Casa del Pelotero
todos los jueves de 7 a 8 de la noche
a través de ADR Networks,
activando tus sentidos.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Yo soy Alberto Morales.
Y yo soy Yolanda Muedano.
Y te invitamos a nuestro programa Jite Karate Do, Artes Marciales y Deportes de Contacto.
Todos los lunes en punto de las 9 de la mañana.
Para platicar de lo mejor de las artes marciales.
Aquí en ADR Networks
y ADR Sports.
Activando tus sentidos marciales.
Aviso urgente para todos los amos y guerreros del camino. La espera terminó.
Llega el programa más loco e irreverente de las 5-7. Este es un reto para todos los que se mueven sobre ruedas.
Si tú quieres que tus sentidos exploten al máximo, escucha al equipo de las 5-7.
Te esperamos con buen humor, música y mucha información.
Recuerda, equipo de las 5-7 en acción por ADR Networks.
Te esperamos todos los martes y jueves.
De 6 a 7 de la tarde. Activando tus sentidos.
Hola amigos, yo soy Mike y los quiero invitar todos los viernes a la 1 de la tarde a que sintonicen Magic Mike, donde encontrarán las mejores sugerencias para qué ver, qué leer o a dónde ir. No se lo pierdan, viernes 1 de la tarde por ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Algunos dicen que el Café de las 10 es el programa más interesante de Internet.
Otros dicen que el Café de las 10 es el programa más inútil de Internet.
La verdad es que no lo sabemos.
Lo que sí sabemos es que de las 10 de la mañana a las 12 del día vas a pasar un rato muy agradable hablando de diferentes temas como
noticias,
videojuegos,
actualidad,
videojuegos,
política,
videojuegos,
salud.
Mira, no te lo pierdas. De lunes a viernes a las 10 de la mañana, escucha el Café de las 10 en ADR Networks.
Activando tus sentidos.
Escúchenos, perros.
Estás escuchando ADR Networks.
Yo soy Monse Guarneros.
Yo soy Fer Gómez.
Y yo Lalo López. Y esto es Tu Voz, Unidos por Ti.
Historias de una fundación que ha llegado a tu hogar y que ha solucionado muchos problemas de ustedes.
Ayuda, dona, apoya y síguenos en nuestras redes sociales.
Además, sigue nuestras transmisiones a través de ADR Networks todos los jueves a partir de las 8 de la noche.
Activando tus sentidos.
ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Amigos, queremos invitarlos
a que no se pierdan La Casa del Pelotero
Todos los jueves de 7 a 8 de la noche.
a través de ADR Networks.
Activando tus sentidos.
ADR Networks presenta.
This is Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch.
And this is...
Foreign Show! On the Foreign Show.
Yes, y'all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls everywhere. Friday, 3 p.m. It's that Foreign Show. I'm Isaac Rakesh.
And I'm Celestine Angel, and you're here with us on ADR Networks, activating your senses.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, on this show we actually like to talk about
Show. Okay. Wait, on show what?
On this show we actually get into topics about travel, the traveler, the experience, and everything that's involved.
And all about personal growth in the process of traveling, being away, because you have to push yourself. So like being foreigners ourselves here in Mexico, it's a very interesting topic for us because we are all about self-growth. We just want to expand ourselves, and I think that's what most travelers are trying to do. They are leaving their safe place to expand themselves and to see what else is there in the world, and to see how they will behave, who they are, all those interesting topics.
Yeah, that who they are thing is kind of important, interesting, like kind of see who they are in this new circumstance.
Yeah, how they react, and so we have had so many interesting conversations with all our guests.
Yep.
Today's guest is a returning one. She is called Stella Mutrux.
Yeah, returning guest, a good friend of ours, and someone that we are kind of excited to talk to.
Yes, because she's a very good friend. Like actually, we first met her when she was coming to the radio station to do her first episode with us, and then after that we became like really close friends all the way, because like she's really reflective as well, and we just have a lot of fun when we're together, like attacking all the topics of life and just seeing how we can grow from all that life brings to us, right?
Yes.
So now she has become a mother. She actually moved back for family reasons, and then when she was visiting her parents one trip, she met her current husband, and then now they have a baby. So she has always wanted to be a mom. That's why the mommy topic today, like it's something that would be fun to explore together. And she thought that she would be, having that mommy life here, but she's actually back home in the US doing it. And so we want to think about the comparisons, how that would be,
and her lifestyle as well.
And right? Lifestyle shifts. That's the theme of today, So for our foreign friends who are watching, you might be thinking if you go home, what would it be like, especially if you are with a child, and so we are discussing all our thoughts, and yeah, it would be good for you to like think about some of the things that maybe Stella's going through and stuff like that.
Yes, and she's an artist as well. So there's that whole
Oh, yes.
well that we also want to talk to her about.
She's an actress as well as a hairstylist. She was actually my usual hairstylist. And she's amazing. Seriously, like the best like haircuts I get. They are all from her.
Yep.
Mhm.
It was one of the best haircuts. I wouldn't complain.
Okay. Yeah, like
Attention to detail.
okay.
No, but
so-
for real, if you want a bomb ass haircut, she's the one. She's the one. Okay,
Right.
usually at this point we kind of get into our insider segment and we kind of actually
Yeah, but we have switched that. Now we are updating all about us, like because we are Illuminary. We are the vocalists of Illuminary. That's the primary reason we are artists. That's the primary reason we are here in Mexico. Like we are here to do music, to be artists, and live the life that is.
Yes.
And and what? And what? Okay, you go.
So basically, we this segment that was previously called Insider, now it's called About Us, and we use this chance to kind of connect with you guys, kind of share a bit about what's going on, what we have checked out recently, and even some recommendations that you guys might find cool as well.
Yeah, like anything goes in this segment basically. But right now, today, we are going to share with you that we have a show coming up on October 19th. Jimena, yeah, thank you. Gracias.
Yes.
So this is, I see like one of the flyers that is showing what's going to happen. It's going to be very fun. Like everybody should really just come and join. It will be like cultural exchange kind of thing because there will be a lot of nationalities there and everyone is welcome. It's not like locals are not. It's like like extremely welcome.
Yes, the idea is the exchange.
Yeah.
People come down. You guys, as you can see, there's dancing, mezcal. So it's gonna be cocktails before the show, and then we have the show.
Yes, and you are hearing it here first. Basically, there will be like a dance class. It's like it's just super interactive. It's going to be really fun for you. So our show will be around 7:30, something like that, and then karaoke will be after. And there's more. So the more will be surprises and yeah, just come down. It's everybody. The vibe is just like totally immersive, friendly, and we'll all be part of each other's communities. That is the idea.
Yes, and it is actually in Suentes, right? So it's really the
Good
area, right?
location, yeah.
Really good location. You guys can
In a studio independent dance studio. I don't think it's called Independente. Yeah, it's independent dance studio. Yeah. And so that's why there will be like a dance class for you to participate in, and yeah, and yes, and karaoke. Like I think everybody loves karaoke.
Yes.
So, like some updates, in October, basically, I think it's a very festive month for Mexico. There will be like all the Halloween and Dia de Muertos celebrations and all that. So I think this is party month,
Yes, it's party month for sure.
Yeah.
People use this month, to kind of celebrate those things, but also just kind of get together, and kind of begin the end of the year festivities, right?
Yeah.
The season.
I mean, the interesting part for us is like in December is like for our country in Singapore, we are from Singapore, is like the most festive month would definitely be December to January, February, because we from Asia, we will have a few days of Chinese New Year celebrations, which usually falls like January, February. And December will be like Christmas and everyone starts partying for New Year's. But I think here in Mexico, like the main party month is October. And then December is really family month. And yeah, like Christmas, New Year, maybe you would join your friends, but it's mostly a family thing. The party is more family oriented. Yeah. And we have been really blessed to experience some of the like the Mexican Christmases here with some of our friends, families, and it's always really nice.
Really nice, really warm, and you kind of get that kind of the sense of the how strong the family thing is over here when you attend one of these Mexican Christmases, right? Because it's a whole big affair, the whole family gets together, and then it's like cousins and stuff and everything, and yeah, everyone gets happy, enjoying each other's company, singing songs and things like that. So it's one of those things that we really, really appreciate being here and being a part of during this time of the year. So if you're in town and you happen to get an invitation to attend the Christmas thing,
Yeah, you really should.
you
Like,
should check it
and
out.
then see
For
how
sure.
that goes. Like, and also New Year's here is also like a family thing. Like for us, like I think Christmas is family, but like New Year's, it's countdown partying outside, and Singapore has a really famous partying like circuit, and yeah, it's very well known for like Clarke Quay, Boat Quay, and all that. So everyone goes out and scream and like really party the hell out.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's an excuse to.
Stella's here.
Yes.
Our guest is here.
Our guest is here. Yeah, welcome.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I cannot hear you guys.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
It's me.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Oh gosh.
Can you hear us?
I don't think you can hear us. And actually,
I don't think she's frozen.
Okay.
Yes,
we can hear you now.
We can hear you again, but
hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Maybe I'll
hear
just
us?
try to Spotify, see if that works.
Okay.
Hi, babe. Can you hear us now? Still no?
Can you hear us? No?
I'm gonna try to play a song. See if it's my computer or the website.
We can hear you fine.
Okay, the song worked. So it has
The song works.
the website. Oh goodness. This is embarrassing.
Go into the settings. I don't know if she cannot hear us.
That's great.
Yeah.
I cannot hear you guys at all.
Let me see if there's something.
So
no, we
We're
can't
good, right?
we can't do anything. Only production maybe. She
Okay.
should go to the
She
settings.
should reset it. Yeah, she should
now
reset
it's
it.
working. I can hear you guys now.
You guys? All right, cool.
It's
Hello.
like a Verizon
Yay.
commercial. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. Yeah.
You guys look
Yes,
okay.
welcome.
Obviously, sorry, Isaac. You look great too, but Celeste,
You like my hair.
I mean, you look incredible.
Thank you. And I really like your hair color today. Like I can't really see the streaks from online, but yeah, it looks great.
It's hard to see at this angle. I think you can see it better in the photo I sent you.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a minute, and
Yeah, it's so nice to see you.
yes, and we've been telling the people a bit about that you're a returning guest, and we want to talk to you a bit about your experiences moving to the US, and how do you want to start? Where you want to?
I can't wait to dive in. Yeah, what's the first area that you guys want to talk about?
Like, okay, so definitely update us on how it has been, like the difference between when you were living here, what your lifestyle was like, and then going back and all the
Yes.
shifts that.
Yes. Before we get into like the other stuff, like the baby and stuff, and just that
Yes.
first. Yeah.
And I would like a flash
Okay.
of baby.
Yeah, so specifically, like, regardless of being a mom, how my life has changed moving back to the US after living in Mexico. I mean, there's there were the obvious ones that come to mind. You know, Mexico City, of course, is a car city, or is a car, you can live car free. And Nashville, like most places in the US,
you have to try.
You need a car. And that was definitely one of the things I was least looking forward to coming back. But on a more positive note, I've gotten more into audiobooks. And oh, Jericho has to come in and grab his shoes. Sorry.
No problem. Yo, this is part of it, you know.
Here you go.
What up?
Make an appearance.
Yes.
He's taking care of Mads. My son needs to take a nap, and he's not going down. But yeah, I think so. One of the things that I really wanted to talk about is how the stark contrast in American culture versus Mexican culture regarding how people judge others.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I feel in general that Mexicans are very much of the live and let live mindset, meaning I don't bother you, you don't bother me, you know, I don't really care what you do. It's not my business to care. And it's such a stark contrast here in America, where people are so concerned and overly concerned, so much so that they even overlook their own actions about other people. And that was something I had lived and experienced my whole life, and was such a relief to get away from when I moved to Mexico. And coming back to it, I really had to adjust to trying not to overshare and kind of testing out, engaging, who am I talking to? Do I need to share this particular part of myself with them? Because I as you guys know, I love to be open, and I don't like to have boundaries in the way I communicate and have different versions of myself for different people. I prefer to just be me with everyone.
Yeah, one of the things we love about you, right?
Yeah, and same here. You guys are also that way. But I feel like I have to compartmentalize myself a little bit here in America, just due to the harsh judgments.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a, like a first world whatever thingy, because Singapore is also very much like that,
No problem.
judgy. Oh, hi, Jericho. Yeah, and then like basically totally get it, because like I mean they're all, of course, all the plus points of like the organization and blah 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 of like being in a first world country, but the judginess is real.
Yeah, and it's it's good to be held accountable for your actions by your community, but in my humble opinion, the culture here takes it way overboard, and it's hard to have an opinion about something without being put into a box. An example of that is I shared a wellness event that my friend was hosting with a Facebook community, where they were looking at wanting help with figuring out homeschooling stuff, and that was going to be part of the wellness event that my friend was organizing. Long story short, that some person commented and was just laughing at it and saying how everyone who lives their life in a holistic way is also Christian and conservative and a Trump supporter and blah blah blah. And I'm not here to comment on any one of those things. My only point is that does not equal B, does not equal C.
Mm.
Yet people tend to, in this culture, put people into a box in that way, where if you are holistic, you are also a Trump supporter, you are also a racist, you are also a homophobe, you know, and that's I know it's kind of extreme, right?
It's really tough, yeah.
So in terms of, you know, the biggest, most challenging shift for me has been stepping back into a culture in which the general way of thinking is like that. So, but you know, there's a lot of more positives. But I do miss Mexico. I miss that part of the culture a lot, for sure.
Frozen. You do miss Mexico? Okay, are you back?
Am I back? Oh no. You guys are frozen now. Technology.
It's just so. Okay, you're back.
They're like both sides frozen and nobody knows what's happening. Okay.
But this thing that you're talking about, I think it's really interesting, you know. And would you say it's got something to do with the fact that over here you're a foreigner and you don't speak the language, so you can kind of choose how you communicate or what a frame to be in when you're and back home, it's back home, right? Because
Well, I mean, I spoke Spanish. I learned Spanish pretty quickly, and I think I was pretty open with people regardless of what language we were speaking in. And I knew that I would.
A lot of her friends
Yes.
were local.
Oh goodness. You guys are frozen. We are having technical difficulties. No. And I think we have to go to commercial soon anyway. So
I think we're moving towards, right? That it's okay. Can you hear us right now?
Now I can. Now I can. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were saying, that's it's not the fact that you are a foreigner here or anything like that. It's more of a,
because she was very integrated. That's what I was saying.
And
so you really know what the culture is like. You're not just getting the foreign experience, and like you can see like this thing is something that you had to get used to again going back home, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting that you should bring that up, because I didn't even make my first foreign friend, or at least for outside of Latin America. So I might have had some friends from like Colombia or Venezuela but outside of Latin America, I didn't have any foreign friends until maybe 2 years in. And that was mostly due to the pandemic and dating a Mexican and most of my friends being his friends. But yeah, I think those were really trying times too with the pandemic, and there was a lot of polarization. And I didn't feel that.
I'm not sure.
Oh no. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying there was a lot of polarization in that time, and I didn't experience that so much in Mexico. But I did experience that with friends back in LA, where I'm from originally. And anyway, that was, I think that basically sums up the main thing that I wanted to talk about regarding that question.
Right. I mean, it's the big thing, but you already know that like the climate is like that, right? And like maybe it's part of like US being the most progressive, being the most woke.
There's definitely a lot of change happening, right? Yeah, society wise and things like that. Yeah. And being here in Mexico, I mean, we do see, and we were just talking about the whole family thing, and a sense of community is kind of more pronounced here, right? When we say that, like with this, but also with even events and stuff. They tend to.
I mean, we definitely had a lot of like American friends who complain about like if when they go back home they won't feel like they can socialize as well as over here because like just very open and you can just go out and then you can make a new friend every day in the communities, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I would say I had a lot easier time making friends in Mexico, even during the pandemic, when we were not going out, when restaurants, clubs, all that were closed. I actually made more friends in the subway, in just at the park, whatever, than I did my first year here. Now, I will say at this point, I've created, or I've entered a really beautiful community of women, and I have made some really great friendships at this point, but that did not come without a lot of work and effort and energy and intention towards it. And
can you tell us a bit about, sorry to cut you off, but can you tell us a bit about what kind of work did you do to kind of like get integrated into back,
Yeah, absolutely. So when I moved here, I already had my parents, sister, and husband, but I didn't have a single friend. And I started working at a salon. I started working at a grocery store called Trader Joe's, which is a very like friendly, social oriented store, which you wouldn't expect from a grocery store, but basically where the employees are encouraged to make connections with the customers. And I was at both of those places. And then when I became pregnant, I attended a prenatal yoga class that involved like a circle in the beginning of each class where we would share and connect in that way as expecting mothers. And I just kind of like put myself out there, I would really, whenever I run into people, whether it be at the store or at work, at the salon, or even just at a coffee shop, and I found someone interesting or that struck my attention, I would try to insert myself as someone who is open to friendship. And I had a really hard time. There was like so much rejection, flakiness.
Let me ask you, at that point when you're talking to people and when you mention like, I'm just back from Mexico City, what kind of reaction do you get, or what is the general mood?
People love, first of all, everyone else always wants to know why I moved there, like there being Mexico. But yeah, I feel like for the most part, people just kind of had their own friends already and weren't really interested in expanding their communities, which is fine. That's totally fine. But then eventually I did like meet the right people who were aligned with my values and shared work in similar seasons as the season that I'm in my life. And I think motherhood is something that like needs community, and getting to know like new mothers and connecting in that way ended up being the best way to make friends.
Yeah, I can really see why that is, right? Like, and you feel the community of other mothers, and then like it feels fulfilling in its own way, right?
Absolutely. And you just go through so much, and to be able to, you need to, as important as my friends are, such as you guys that don't have kids, it's also very important to have friends that have shared in the experience of pregnancy, childbirth, and then motherhood, and can relate to what you're experiencing and offer advice or just be
share information.
All of that. So that's been really beautiful.
So in this community of young mothers, maybe could you share with us some of the, some of the intentions, or some of the of your concerns, that new mothers are having nowadays, and
Oh,
especially kind of related also to that topic that we were talking about earlier about communities and things and people, being afraid to kind of open up.
Well, I mean, there's several, but yeah, I would say when it comes to judginess, I have not seen harsher critics than I have with mothers against other mothers. And that has been a huge disappointment. Just seeing how harshly women can be towards other mothers, and so concerned with the way that they choose to mother their children and make choices for their own families. But it's helped me grow a lot, because I think we all can work on how we view other people and how we project our own judgments and ideas onto reality. So
you were saying that they judge other parenting styles, right?
Yes. Yeah. So an example could be, I mean, here's a classic one. It's just the first one that comes to mind. Screen time. So using your phone, using your tablet, your TV, etc., to entertain your child. Now, it's not something that I chose to do with my son at this time.
Right. Yeah.
Because of course things can always change. I envision like family movie nights in the future. I envision my son, getting a phone when he enters high school. But obviously things change, and I'm not naive to that. So I don't want to, set myself up for being a hypocrite. But the point is, the point is that I see other families using screens with their children, and it's not a concern of mine. It has nothing to do with me. It doesn't affect my child. It doesn't affect my life in any way. And
the funny thing is that they're judging you for not giving them the screens. Maybe it's like a reflection of themselves, like they are worried that they're doing something wrong, so then they get all uptight. Maybe
and that, and then like limiting sugar that we talked about, limiting dyes, limiting certain medicines, vaccines. Should I even go there?
That's a big one.
But yeah, everyone
off camera.
Yeah.
we have to talk about that as well.
We should do like a B-roll kind of thing, like private episodes.
Yeah, that's right. We don't want to get shut down. But the point is, everyone has a choice to make as a parent, and that is theirs alone to make, and that is not. I mean, with their partner, right? If they're not a single parent, but no friend, no mother-in-law, no random lady at the grocery store, no auntie on Facebook. I mean, no one needs to have a comment about how a mother or father is raising their child, period.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not parents, so we can't really comment so much about this. But what I can say is that it's not easy, and I can see that it's not easy, right? And not easy to balance living your life, and then having to have a kid also, and then making things harmonious so that everyone, and everything is.
And also, if you think about it, right, we are living in an age where there is like too much information. So then everybody is like believing all different things, right? And then if you're also messing with each other's decisions, it's just nuts. It's too much information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it can be overstimulating and overwhelming, the amount of information that comes in. And that is one of the reasons why I had to get off Instagram, because there were so many. I remember when Instagram started and it was just your friends' photos. And then one day, I understand they need to make money, and now it's mostly just sponsored content, right? I mean, I would actually pay to have that removed if I could still use Instagram and not have the sponsored content coming in, because it's really hard to break away. It's very addicting. And not only that, it's detrimental to your mental health, because typically it's stuff, I mean, there's so many reasons why, but one of the reasons is that it can be stuff that causes you to question what you're doing. And that goes back to what you were saying, Celeste, about too much information. Okay, well, I had this whole plan about how I'm going to, not give my son sugar until he's 2 years old. And we're going to do this and that and the other. But now I'm seeing this reel on Instagram that says sugar can actually boost your metabolism. And okay, well, now I have to research that. And it's you see where I'm going with this? So
right, but like maybe baby, you don't need to worry about that yet. Right?
No, but yeah,
I mean,
but that's
it
the
was
point,
just
right?
cute.
I just made something up. I didn't actually see that somewhere. Yeah, I was just making something up as an example of how too much information can be detrimental.
Yeah.
Yes, and
absolutely,
this topic is something that is like a common thread that kind of runs through actually everything that we we kind of talk about also. Like at the end of the day, there needs to be some kind of your experiences and the things that you kind of engage in need to be kind of anchored in some kind of truth, right? And the truth can be subjective, like most truth is subjective to each person.
Absolutely.
But I guess that finding that truth and being in harmony with that truth, whatever it is for each person, is kind of like the journey, right? That we're all kind of on, Yeah.
And I mean, already like the most optimized way would be like if you are simplified down, you can focus, more meditative, your mind is more spacious and empty. And then if you are like yourself with too much information, you're just going to jam up, right? You can't function, you can't do things. So I totally get why you wouldn't want your kid to watch screens right now. And but like, I'm also not judging the parents that like, to get a few minutes to
That's
get
the
their
point.
child.
That's the point, is that it doesn't concern, people are overly concerned with things that do not concern them. And that seems to be the status quo here in this country. So as a mother, that's in rebuilding community. I've had to, look for people who are, like sharing values, but also even if we disagree on something, it's not going to bother them.
That is a kind of but that's almost like a place of maturity, right? Like to right, to be at that space to be able to disagree, but then also kind of like not be passive aggressive, not have any kind of just like so
I mean,
mutual
I
respect.
could say I've been privileged enough to encounter that that level of maturity. I mean, I don't know how I got here, but I know that it's definitely in part due to some privilege. You know, whether it's been family teaching me that or therapy or whatever. That I think some people maybe don't have the privilege to get to that point. I don't know.
Yeah.
So would you recommend like to people, people watching this, or maybe someone who hasn't done much traveling, like to kind of actually take yourself out of what you're familiar with and put yourself somewhere else, just so that you reset everything and what you think you know and things like that?
Yeah. What you think you know about yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier.
You just said it. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. What do you know? What do you actually know about yourself, your surroundings, your environment, your relation, the way you relate to other people? Because your current environment is you're a reflection of your current environment, and when you step into another one, you can expand from there. And that's definitely what happened with me in Mexico, and then it happened again here in Nashville. One thing I did want to say about traveling, though, as I'm sure many people who come on the show are frequent travelers and maybe even nomadic. It's been hard to balance and maintain friendships after two big moves, because I grew up in Los Angeles, moved to Mexico City for 4 years, and now I'm in Nashville. And so I have very close, tight-knit relationships now in both Los Angeles, Mexico City, and now Nashville. And my mother really wants to leave Nashville, and so we're facing having to do
it again.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about the relationships, and I don't feel like I just don't feel like I really have it in me to make time for all these people and then build a community again and make time for them. And I think people need to consider that too when they uproot themselves, because it's hard to have we only have so much capacity for connections with, like, strong connections with people in our lives, and I think sometimes the world is so with globalization, the world is so interconnected, and people will just post a story on Instagram, and that way it reaches everyone at once. And I guess that's not the type of connection that I feel aligned with at this point. I'm more aligned with texting, calling, kind of more like one-on-one updates. And it's can be a bit challenging to maintain the updates with all these people now that I've moved a couple of times, and I can't even imagine another move.
Yeah. No, I mean, it doesn't sound like the right time for you at all. Like, maybe in the future or something, you might be interested to do it, right? Like, I mean, right now you have like a newborn.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking about like maybe retiring and going back to Mexico or potentially somewhere else, but that's a whole other conversation. But back to mainly what you were asking me, Isaac, I completely agree with what you said about how traveling can help you expand, essentially. And you should, anyone watching this who's thinking about it, I mean, I think we even talked about this on the first episode that I came on with you guys.
Right.
If you're feeling any fear about it, that's good news, because that means that's where you're going to grow. So yeah, I just, again, go for it.
It's so true. That yeah.
I wanna bring up this point. Since we talked about screen time, right? That something that we see with a couple who actually been on the show themselves, Steve and Nadia. They have a newborn, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
It's been
always
about
talk
2
to
years.
Stella
Yeah.
about. I always talk to Stella about Nadia.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like a live case study for us to see, because no screen time and everything, and then we're like, okay, so what's the difference? And what we notice is this child is able to sit at a table with adults, right, and kind of not be, bored or distracted. We're not expecting engagement, right, from the child in the conversation,
Yeah.
but
How
energetically,
old
yes.
is the baby?
Baby's
She's 2.
2, right, at this one.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
So what we notice is just the ability to hold focus and attention.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've been reading a psychology book on self-esteem, and like they mention a lot about like certain like parenting styles and how the child is and what builds self-esteem and whatnot. And like we were like, oh, Q is so set up for success. Q's the baby, like Nadia's baby. We're like, oh, I think Q is really set up for success.
Yeah, and the reason we
Because
say that,
the main thing is that like the parenting style gives her like self-value. Like she's treated as a person, not treated as like, just keep quiet, child. Like you don't exist. Like yeah.
and just
Totally.
a simple example for this, we invited them to join us watching another musician, like, at a show, right? And the baby was there too. But when the baby demanded their attention, the parents actually stopped watching the show and went to spend time with the baby.
And they're all happy about it, right? It's not
Everyone's
like,
happy. And this is very powerful, lesson for the baby, to sense of self-worth, that I'm seen, in this room full of people and things going on, that attention can still be given to me. And and so,
like I'm a tiny human being, but I'm still here.
yeah.
Yeah. And she, right, baby, his girl, she probably feels safe to just hang out and be
Yeah.
when they're, when there's something else going on and she's not getting the attention, but then she only asks for it when she really needs it, I'm guessing.
Yeah. It's exactly like that. So I suppose Matt's, like all the photos that you showed me, he looks so happy and cute. Yeah, can't wait to see him in January when you come back.
I know, and he'll be almost a year old, which is crazy. But yeah, he's such a great kid. I mean, we really struggled really, really hard in the beginning, and then once we figured him out and we worked through some challenges, and once we figured ourselves out and our new identities as parents, and we really stepped into those roles. Once all that came together at about, I would say, 3.5 months, then it's just smooth sailing. I mean, little bumps, but really, I mean, since then, which it's been for almost 5 months, I mean, I feel like everywhere we go, I'm constantly commented, what a happy baby. He's so chill. What a good baby.
Yeah.
That's the chillest baby I've ever seen. That kind of.
Yeah, he does look really chill. Yeah, I really like that. Like that's a like that's a good thing to impart to your baby, right?
Yes, for sure, right?
Yeah.
We're
like
coming
the
to the
parasympathetic system thing, like very calm and
yes, the parasympathetic system as opposed to like fight or flight, right?
yeah.
No, I was going to say that we're coming to the, coming close to the end of the show, and I just wanted to ask maybe if you could share with us some of these things that you have kind of intended, or maybe let's put it this way, like on this topic of the parasympathetic nervous system, right?
Yeah.
And about emotion and transference of emotion and things.
I too have a question. So if you finish it, then...
So my question is just how do you deal with that when you deal with your baby?
How do I deal with calming myself down?
Yes, and things like that, Yeah, and are you watchful of that, and is that even important to you and things like that?
Absolutely. It was very difficult at first. I had a lot of rage, which is very common, but that doesn't make it any easier. I also experienced severe depression. I thought I wasn't a good mother. I wasn't able to breastfeed, and it just devastated me. So I took action, immediate action, because I knew it wasn't working, and I went and sought help. I went to therapy. I went on medication, which I recently got off of, and things have been great. And thank you. But it was necessary at the time. And
I don't know if you can hear me, but was it postpartum?
Yeah, postpartum depression. So there's it's like a spectrum. So there's like baby blues, which is, you're like a little sad and you're dealing with the changes, and then there's postpartum depression, which having more severe thoughts. And yeah, I was able to take care of it immediately, and then basically at around 4 months, I got a gym membership, and the gym takes care of him while I work out. It's the YMCA.
Okay.
And
incredible.
It's great. I get to do yoga. I get to do dance. I actually think about you guys all the time when I'm in dance class, because we used to love to dance together, and it just that helps me. That gives me some me time and brings the endorphins out and whatnot. So.
So yeah, my question now, basically, like since we're thinking about your lifestyle shifts and stuff, right? Like you used to be passionate about hair, and then I know I talk to you, and that now it's like you're not that interested anymore, and you have a development in like something that you would like to do. So I thought that it could be something you share with us.
Yes, and I actually have that written down. So I had planned to return to work, and then once Mads was here, I just knew that it wasn't my calling to be a working mom at this stage. And not one day have I missed working. And I mean, here and there, I guess I miss the camaraderie, but like I said, I wasn't really connecting and making close friendships at my jobs here, and I have a great community now. So yeah, it's been a beautiful transition to be a stay-at-home mom. And one day I would like to do something totally different. This was actually my mom's idea, and at this time it feels like something that would be a great fit for me. But who knows? But I don't even think I told you about this, but I'm thinking about starting an organizing business where I can help people organize their lives in all shapes and forms, everywhere from literal physical organization of your belongings, maybe a mother that's getting older and you need to pack up her house, or could be your office, could be a whole, corporate business organization, or it could be more of like your life organization. Maybe you need someone to figure out your appointments for you, set them up, put them in a calendar. Maybe you have a hard time confronting stuff like that or talking on the phone. Maybe you need a good system. So kind of like an overall organization business.
That sounds really interesting and fun, I think.
It sounds
for
like
you,
something that people could use, for sure.
And you're very good at organization, as we know. And instead of like Marie Kondoing, now would be Stella. How do you pronounce this anyway? Like
Mutrux.
Mutrux.
That's a hard one.
I think it was like Montro.
I like that. No, I mean, we can change it. We can do whatever sounds better.
How do you say it?
Well, it's pronounced Mutrux, but you know, I'm not someone that's picky about that. But thank you guys so much for having me on the show.
Yes, and I was gonna say, if this this idea, this thing that you're working on, this project of the organizing, we want to invite you anytime to come back on the show and tell us more about it. And
yes, yeah. Basically, all our guests on that front show, we want to keep consistently getting updated with what they're doing, and so.
And kind of also want to invite you to think of us as like, us, yes, but the show. As a kind of like you being part of the
like
Foreign Show family. Yeah, like a blog. And cool. Something that you can, and we invite you again and again.
How your growths have been.
Exactly. Yes.
I love it. And I'm sorry that Mads didn't get to make an appearance. Hopefully next time he can.
Next time, yeah.
The next time, yes.
Okay. Anyway, we reached the end of the show. Thank you so much, Stella. We loved our conversation today.
Me too. It was awesome.
Yes.
Was awesome. I'm Isaac Rakesh.
We're going to catch up soon again. Yeah, I'm Celestine Angel. We have Stella Mutrux with us on That Front Show here on ADR Networks. Activating your senses.
Thank you to all who joined us here on That Foreign Show. It's been awesome. I'm Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch, and we'll see you next Friday. Have a great weekend, y'all.